Hello. Today I'm going to show you how I make my whole food plant-based breakfast. And my hair's wet because I do it after I get out of the shower and I don't blow dry my hair, so just let it air dry. And so let's get started. Okay, so I've got my bowl here and all my ingredients. Show you all my ingredients here. I've got my pre-cooked grains, got my oats and my amaranth here, and then I've got berries, cherries, seeds, almond milk, and then over here, I can't quite get it in there. And I'll show you all the ingredients that I use. Kind of hard to show it all there at once. So, got my bowl here. The first thing I do is I put in some cherries. So I use the cherries here, and I like to use a ½ cup measurement. I get those cherries, I get about that much in there, put that in, and then fill those up. And then I've got some organic blueberries, and I just get these things at Costco. I get those blueberries, scoop out ½ cup of blueberries here in my bowl. Okay, and then I'm gonna just kind of get those at the bottom, and then I'm gonna microwave those for a minute. Okay, so here's what it looks like. It's not completely defrosted, but we will get to that. Okay, next I'm going to take my pre-cooked here that I have, some steel-cut oats. I make a batch and I put it in the fridge and I just eat it. So I cook those up on the stove, stick it in the fridge, and use them as I need them. So we're going to measure out. We're going to measure out here ½ cup of that. Our measuring cup here. Let's get that all in there, packed in. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know. I'm going to pack that in here to be a ½ cup. And then we're going to put that in our bowl. Just kind of mash it down a little. And then I've got my amaranth grains here that I make ahead of time. And that's what that looks like when it's cooked. I have it cooked and in the fridge and use it up as I do for how many ever days it takes me to use them up. So we're going to measure that out in my measuring cup here. And they're a little bit different. They're a little bit harder to manage, but practice, you can manage them pretty well. They're a little more messy. So there's a ½ cup. So I'm going to get that into my bowl. Okay, mash that down like that. So, and then the berries and the cherries will get more cooked up, and I'm going to cook that up for 90 seconds in the microwave. Okay, so that's all cooked up. And then I add my seeds. So I've got some hemp hearts here. I would do a half tablespoon of each three seeds, 3 different seeds here. So first is the hemp hearts. I'm going to get that put in and measured out like that. So I've got the hemp heart seeds, and then we've got ground chia seeds. I'm going to stick those in. And then we've got flax seeds. We're going to do those next. And then we're going to put in, let's see, next I do some cinnamon. I like to eat cinnamon. Cinnamon is one of my favorite flavors. I think I like, cinnamon's my second favorite flavor. My first favorite flavor is chocolate, and I just kind of shake a little bit in there. And then I do a little bit of vanilla. I'm not sure if this is the healthiest vanilla, but I like vanilla flavoring. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that in there. Makes it taste really good. And then maple syrup. I like to sweeten it up a little bit with some maple syrup. So I'm going to pour in, I like to do just a little bit more than this half tablespoon. So I'll pour in some of that and just kind of go over a little bit and just get that in there. And then at this point I mix it up. So I stir it up like that just to get all the, just combine it all together. I love eating this breakfast. It's really delicious. So just get it all mixed in. It's a little bit tough, but just work with it. Just stir it around, mix it in. And then last, we've got our almond milk. So I like to use almond milk, just, you know, regular unsweetened almond milk here. And so I just put in just a small amount. It's maybe about a quarter cup worth. Sometimes I like to put a little bit more. I just kind of guesstimate. I don't like do a whole lot, but anyway, just to moisten it up, and it makes it have a good flavor. And stir that all in. Takes a little while to get it all mixed up. Sometimes the grains can be a little bit tough, so just mix it in, get it all stirred around. And there it is. There's my whole food, plant-based meal that I like to eat for breakfast. And it's really delicious. And the bowl's kind of hot because it was in the microwave. So, eat a little bit. It's really good. Well, thanks for spending time with me, and I'll see you next time.